one day somebody does something unspeakable to someone else, to someone you hardly knew, and you do something about it because you can.
This tragic story comes to us from USA Today. 5 people have been arrested and charged with murder in connection with the death of a missing man who New York authorities said was tortured for more than a month. What we humans do to each other, man. The victim, Sam Nordquist, was a 24-year-old transgender man who traveled from Minnesota to meet people in upstate New York who he had met on social media. Nordquist arrived in Canandaigua, is that what it is, near the Finger Lakes region of New York, in September and was reporting missing months later on February 9th after New York State Police said he lost contact with loved ones. Nordquist's body, which was found last Thursday, discarded in a field in upstate New York, showed signs that he had been subjected to ongoing physical abuse that began in December, according to the police media release. James Ritz, the district attorney of Ontario County, New York, said in a Friday media briefing that the facts of the case were beyond depraved. Said those arrested included Precious Arzagua and Patrick Goodwin of Canandaigua, New York, Kyle Sage of Rochester, New York, Jennifer Quijano of Geneva, New York, or Geneva, however you say it, and Emily Motica of Lima, New York. All 5 are charged with second-degree murder and were denied bail after making an initial court appearance for an arraignment hearing. Now, Norquist's family told the Rochester Democrat Chronicle, part of the USA Today network, that he had bought a round-trip plane ticket from Minnesota to New York in September after he met a woman online in July. Nordquist was due to fly back in October, but never got on the plane, his family said. His sister, Nordquist's sister Kayla, said the family reported him missing February 9th after they were unable to get a hold of him, and it appeared his phone was off. Detectives with the state police, who began investigating Nordquist's disappearance, eventually uncovered evidence indicating that the man was subjected to prolonged physical and psychological abuse. Nordquist's remains were then found last week in Benton, located less than 20 miles south of Canandaigua. The 5 people suspected in connection with Nordquist's death were arrested this week after police searched the Patty's Lodge Motel in Canandaigua, the last place Nordquist was known to be staying. And investigators also seized evidence, including electronic devices, clothing, and other personal items that will be forensically analyzed, according to the police. They said, our investigation has revealed a deeply disturbing pattern of abuse that ultimately resulted in Sam's tragic death, said Captain Kelly Swift of the State Police Bureau of Criminal Investigation. She went on, in my 20-year law enforcement career, this is one of the most horrific crimes I've ever investigated. Now, an autopsy will be conducted on Nordquist's remains by the Monroe County Medical Examiner's Office. Because Nordquist is a transgender man, his family, including his mother Linda, told the Democrat and Chronicle earlier this week they fear that the violence he endured before his death was a hate crime, and it could go down as a hate crime. He's transgender. Swift said police hadn't ruled out the death could be a hate crime, that's what I just said, but stressed that the investigation is ongoing. Among the questions detectives still have yet to answer, at least publicly, is the nature of Nordquist's relationship with the suspects. If convicted of second-degree murder, the 5 suspects could face life in prison, which I don't know. Maybe they will. But I was just thinking, what if they get a plea deal? What if they get a, hey, you know what? We'll give you 15 to, 10 to 15 if you do this, or if you plead guilty, we'll give you 20. That's it. Something to that effect. But in my humble opinion, they deserve to be, they deserve capital punishment, but they're not going to go that far. Well, they didn't premeditate. I don't know. I mean, you can't prove premeditation here. Obviously, they found the body and now they're investigating through forensic evidence, but that's why they're going second degree murder, because he was tortured, and they're saying, well, maybe he died because of the torture, not, that's where second degree murder comes in. I don't know if they can prove that one of those people was the female that had him come out, maybe they can get first degree. I doubt it. It's just sad what we do to each other as human beings and then get away with it.